back to Atlas Fallen, where we now have the main quest going on.
Wraiths were spotted. We expect the worst. They might be behind the sun gates.
I gave an order this morning.
Why did
a
she
routine
have to
patrol
disappear
reassignment.
We will keep
but
looking
Maxon
for her.
looked at me as if I'd just insulted his mother. They never looked at a reef like that. When he gave an order, he did it with a smile and a joke, and people loved him for it. They trusted him. I lack that skill, interpersonality, guile. I have everyone's respect, but not their love. Yet that is the greatest strength. Trust is a bulwark against fear. They may do as I say, but some don't mean it. I must try harder, empathize, smile, for them and for myself.
Is that Arcus?
I'm impressed. It's an ancient game. Not many play these days.
Oldest game in the world, some say. Thelos on one side, a mysterious evil on the other. White versus black.
I'm surprised the Knights would play a Thelos-themed game such as this.
True. We spin a knife to decide who plays which side.
Loser plays Thelos. Naturally.
What's this great evil you mentioned?
No one knows. In all likelihood, it's a fable. A piece of propaganda fabricated by the church.
I think our knight here is correct. No doubt the tale is little more than a way to solidify the legend of Thelos the Benevolent.
Now, if you would excuse us, Thelos is currently winning this particular battle.
Come, brother. You know how fate is. As shifting as the sands and as unpredictable as the wind.
Alright, lamenting.
To you for a moment.
Yep, mother. Let's
Greetings.
accept that errand.
You bear the gauntlet.
Yes.
My son believed in the power of that artifact. He followed the commander's sister, Valerie, into battle. He died for it.
I'm sorry.
My husband died even before that. The name McGavick will die with me. Like my memories of them.
If there's anything I can do...
Please, place these flowers on his grave. My son would be happy to know the gauntlet bearer honored him.
Many here despise me. He is your son. You should honor him.
We all have to learn forgiveness. You can help us on this path. As ever, I will pay my respects later. I beg you, take the flowers, lay them on his resting place.
Will do.
Where can I find the cemetery?
When you exit this room,
Yeah,
find the
sorry, we
stairs
already
to the
have found
cemetery
that.
at the right corner in front of you.
How can I find your son's grave?
Just look for his last name on the tombstones. He was the last of the McGavick name.
I will return.
Don't wait too long.
I will try.
I'm still grieving, but I can't just sit around and mope. I have to be strong.
Yep, and one more thing before we actually go to and talk to the main dude. Whilst the journal was read out, there was something books highlighted. That's the word, and this one, yeah.
They had no chance against the Queen and the Watcher.
The Queen showed no mercy to those who resisted the word of Thelos. But she failed to remove them entirely.
There were survivors. And look, they retreated to the mountains, underground, to here.
The survivors painted these. Why? Did they not have better things to do?
I think they did it for posterity. If they happened to die next, then nobody would remember their story.
Yep, and we have another picture wall painting, that's a better word, over here. Let's then take a look.
These
And here,
paintings.
The knights, in their prime.
Alright, that was it. I expected a little more, but... anyways, now, finally.
You're here. The name's Khendra Taj.
She has a
I'm
nice
the
sword.
commander of the Proud Knights of Bastingar, or what remains of them. I'm sorry for the spectacle earlier. That man you came with, he's a traitor. And the fact that he brought you with that thing, let's just say it raises questions.
I came here looking for answers about this gauntlet. Arif had little to do with it.
Well, the only person who knew anything about this cursed thing is missing, so you're out of luck.
Missing? Is it that Valerie person you mentioned?
I don't see why we're having this conversation. You're a disaster waiting to happen.
Maybe I can help you find her. Then you can see that I can be trusted.
Right. Valerie, my sister, she also believed she could use the gauntlet. But in the end, it cost us everything. Our honor, our homes, and so many lives. But despite all this, she remained obsessed with that thing.
Let me find her. I can show you that this time, the gauntlet is on our side.
She was sure she'd find answers in the sunken city. But no one has seen her for quite some time now. All right. I will tell my knights to let you pass towards the sunken city. Valerie had her study there.
The sunken city?
You'll see when you get there. You have set high expectations. I can only hope you deliver.
We will.
How can I get into the sunken city?
The entrance is beneath the bridge leading out of the fortress. Take the left branch and tread carefully.
What have you done with Arif?
That traitor is in a cell. You'll find it up the stairs on your left when you leave the room. But don't try anything funny. That wouldn't help you showing that you can be trusted. When you have earned my trust, then I will consider freeing that scoundrel.
I will return when I've found Valerie.
Alright, check on Arif in his cell. So, I assume that we now have a little bit of a, so to say, downtime. And not with too much action, and we are gonna conclude some side questies and stuff. So, for the rest of this episode, we still have a couple of minutes remaining. We go to the grave, to the traveling vendor, and I'll take a quick look here to the passage. I just want to scout and not particularly go through. That's what I think. What I'm gonna do right now. Wait.
Thanks for the trade. I let the suspect go as promised.
Good. But he's still sitting there, right?
Finally free from these shackles. My poor wrists. Thank you. But I hope we don't meet again. You always show up when I'm in a rough spot. As for me, I'm gonna find a quiet little place to settle down. No more thieving for me. And I mean, no more legitimate business. Farewell.
Did he, in the end, when he said no more legitimate business, he just says, I'm not gonna do anything legal, right?
Don't disturb
Anyways.
the dead. The fallen does thank you for helping me around here. Have you found anything new?
No, I'm still looking.
I thought that was the grave, but the grave is here, right?
This must be the grave where you can put the flowers.
So,
There must
we
be a
quickly...
just force in this world. Thelos and the Queen.
Quickly, let's go and inform the mother that the grave is here. And then we can actually do the other things I did plan to do.
Have you placed the flowers on my son's grave?
I did. They looked beautiful.
Thank you. This makes me happy. People will see that you, the gauntlet bearer, care for all of us.
Alright, let's continue. Yeah, I really gonna need to go through them, upgrades and everything at one point. Now, to the scouting part, we do the other errand plus I don't know, the optional part. I would like to do the optional main quest part first with a reef, but that is, I guess, something for next episode and not today.
Isn't it weird to have so many new faces arrive here?
Definitely. We've been isolated.
Well, I would offer my help, but I don't think they're gonna want it. Hello, boys. That is the gate. Ah, okay. I went a little bit wrong. And we are gonna need to raise that, which I currently can do? I thought I cannot. We are gonna obviously directly re-enter. Because obviously we are gonna continue with the quests. Wait, that brings us... Alright, didn't it say we were maybe not able... Okay, so we at one point are gonna be able to take down the elite, which I was unable to take down in the last episode. Good, at least that. I don't want to complain. I would have wondered, I mean, I was under the impression that we cannot re-enter the old region, which would have been fine, by the way. So I was at that moment wondering, why do they let us leave, right? And yes, shame on me that I did not recognize that area. Shame on me. Oh, alright, that makes sense now that there are here now more dudes, since we sent out help, right? Makes kind of sense, right?
No good. No good at all. They want to send me to war.
The savior of Castrum 7. Greetings. I could use your help.
With what?
If the people of Castrum 7 never want to return to their homes, they will need training for their own safety. But most of them are scared, and they are spread all over. I could not convince them to train. You saved them. They might listen to you. Perhaps you can persuade some of them to join the recruits?
Where should I start looking for them?
I talked to the people in this camp already. You could start in the courtyard. Some could be in the cemetery. Some may even be outside the fortress.
How many people would you want for your training?
As little as 3 people would be enough for starters. They will talk to their friends, and their numbers will grow. I'm sure of that.
I'll look for people who are willing to train.
So the scouting around ain't that bad, right? For accepting, in this case, I want to say side quest, but in this case actually errands, which is totally fine. We are gonna take one very quick look.
Everything that... So we meet again.
Here.
You've caused quite the ruckus here, raising the old gate and bringing these people along. It seems you're on quite the trajectory lately. I'm excited to see what other changes you will bring.
Back in Caladrius, you told me to awaken the Watcher. Where did you say I should go to do this?
I think any desert would be a good place. It is wide open, and the Watcher always has its eye on them. Get back to me once you have been confronted by the Watcher. Or if you want to trade, of course.
Can I see your wares?
My pleasure. Shady? Never! I am looking for rare materials for essence stones. It would be good to know more about them. Do you happen to have found any on your travels?
Yeah, we do.
Already?
Okay. He's not selling armor too. That's a shame. That indeed is a shame. Alright, you guys, that then is actually already gonna, right now, bring us to the end of today's episode. In the next episode, we will go on, obviously, with this game, and we will check on a reef in his cell to make progress with the main quest, and maybe I would rather now go for errands than to go after the sunken city. That is what I think. So guys, thank you for watching. If you guys actually if you guys actually do have enjoyed today's episode, then please give me a tinsy little thumbs up and subscribe, and hopefully I see you in the next episode. Until then, I wish you all a wonderful day. Stay frosty.